are back in Japan. First race of the season, finally. Should be interesting one, I would say. Excited to see how my fitness are compared to last year. Hopefully I've been able to take some steps in the right direction compared to where I was performing here 12 months ago. I think I came like 8th or 9th in the end. Well, I feel I'm much better prepared this time around, so yeah, quite excited. Just came in here yesterday, so today it's Thursday, 2 days out from the race. Not too much time to adapt here in Japan, sort of coming in very late compared to what I've done in the past, but so far day one I feel taking the time zones quite fine at the moment. As long as I'm able to sleep tonight and then going into the race, I think it should be fine. But anyway, yeah, it feels good to be back in Yokohama. So it's actually my 10th time coming to Japan. 8 times to Yokohama, so we twice in Tokyo and 8 times here. It's always good to get to this time of the year, like in May, normally starting to feel a little bit like race sharp. It's an Olympic distance, which I think suits me well. It's probably going to be a good indication in terms of where I am fitness wise. Most of the top contenders will be racing on Saturday, except Alex and Hayden, so probably the 2 strongest runners in the field. So unfortunately I can't get an answer on where I'm standing compared to them, but I will definitely get some good answers, or at least answers on where I'm standing compared to the rest of the guys. And then yeah, we take it from there. So now I have just been out spinning back and forth on a bike lane, which is like 4k probably long, for 52k's, 53k's, and now it's quickly back to the hotel room, dropping off, or Giant will actually pick up my bike and just give it a quick service. So the local team from Giant is gonna make sure that my race bike is sharp and ready to go, giving the wheels and the crank a little bit of lube, and then it should be good. And yeah, quick swim in the pool, like 1 hour, and then I will do some, I will make my decision whether which running shoes I will wear on Saturday, I think. So I'll be testing out some shoes on the run today to see what I'm gonna wear, but that's potentially not for the camera. In case you haven't seen the venue from Yokohama before, this is it. We have the transition zone ahead, and then the pontoon is over there on the, you can see there. So we swim towards the big boat, turn around as close as we can almost. A little bit technical course, or not really. Some it's a wide road, but it potentially some technical section or some small turns. Depends on the weather. If it's slippery, if it's wet, I mean, it can be nice. And then the bike and run obviously goes here. So it's a flat course. Probably reminds a little bit the same of what we did in Tokyo, and probably similar to what we will see in Paris. Like, it's a very run specific course, you can say. Over the last 10 years it has mostly been coming down to the run, so the running legs will be important. The bike is quite flat, not too technically challenging, so if you are in the pack, as long as it's not wet, you can save quite a lot of energy. So it's a good test to see where I'm standing compared to where I need to be in terms of Paris. Bon appetit. Yo. So here we are, 24 hours away from the race. All I have left now is the swim familiarization, so having a look at the water, getting an idea of the temperature. On the briefing yesterday they said it would be most likely a wetsuit swim, as it was like 18 degrees in the water. But yeah, heading out for lunch, then swim fam, and then I will go for an easy ride this evening, and then it's go time tomorrow. But It's been good first 2 days here in Japan. Been sleeping well from day one, surprisingly well. So I haven't really felt affected by the jet lag, and my legs feels good, my arms feels good. I felt sharp in the pool yesterday, so quite excited for the race, I must say. And I also did the final, or I took the final decision regarding which shoes I will be wearing tomorrow. So also did just finish like a photo shoot now with those shoes, so that's quite exciting. But yeah, let's see. I'm ready. First off, some Italian pasta carbo loading, Japanese style, at a local restaurant just in the hood, and then straight off to Swim Fam, and then I'm ready. Take care. And you might wonder what I do with nutrition race morning. So the race is 1 o'clock local time here, and that means I'm probably gonna have breakfast like 8 or 9 in the morning. Try to sleep in as long as possible, and then go for breakfast, a little bit of coffee, and then like 2.5 hours before, I will mix my A, B and C with bicarb. So I'm loading up with bicarb before the race, and at the same time I will take 2 of this Plasmaide as well, after doing the final preparation, putting the bib numbers on, and then just before leaving I will get my caffeine levels up, like maybe 90 minutes before swim starts. I will be drinking 2 normal cans of Red Bull energy to get both a little bit of sugar and also the caffeine levels up before finishing up with 2 320s on my bottles on the bike. So I'm not taking any gels on the run. I just take quite a lot of carbs on the bike. So that's going to be, if we get through 2 of these, 160 grams of carbs. Then I also have a little bit of carbs in my stomach for the run. So that's my race nutrition strategy for tomorrow. Hopefully it's working.
It's blooming marvellous in Yokohama. It's sunny, it's warm, there might be a bit of wind about, but we're going to get the men's season underway. Got a couple of other big names as well. What about Kristian Blummenfelt? We know his motto, go big or go home. So it'll be fascinating to watch him.
So away they go, 60 men in a stellar field. We've got the likes of Blummenfelt and Brownlee and many others. No surprise to see Mark today out front. 1 lap to go. Brownlee's there, Blummenfelt's there, the Olympic champion. They take the bell, and we've got a problem. There's a pile up here. Richard's come down, Cadex has come down. The latter in trouble as well. So now about 45 of them going to get off the bikes and into T2. Well, Luke William, what a statement of intent. He knows a top 8 is going to get into the Olympics. What about a medal to do it in style? Well, no one is going to catch Morgan Pearson today.
And here we are with the results. So Morgan Pearson getting his first ever World Series, Matt Hauser and Luke William, 2 Aussies on the podium. Luke William taking that important box, the top 8, and we'll be going to Paris. Leo Berger coming in 4th. Really
World Series Yokohama, 10th place. I don't know, would have preferred to be obviously further up, especially on the run. Was expecting more in the legs. Started off with a swim, non-wetsuit. I think it was like 20 seconds behind after the first lap and like 17 seconds behind after the second lap. So I would say okay, happy with the swim. Came into the sort of early on into the first pack on the bike, settled in on the first 2 or 3 lap just on the tail of the group. As the group was sort of quite stretched out, so I was trying to just race clever and get as easily through the course as possible, as it was quite windy out there today. So first maybe 2 or 3 laps I was just sort of sitting in my position, or like in the back, maybe 20th, 25th position, and then after that sort of working myself towards the front to stay more top 5, top 6, to avoid a lot of accelerations, but also in the same time trying to not take too much wind. Heart rate was sort of dropping throughout the bike, so felt that the leg was good, and I was expecting to be ready for a run race. I guess I was running sort of on pace for the first 5k, but I guess it was sort of costing just a little bit too much, so it wasn't like smooth race pace 10k. It was probably more overrunning for the first 5k, and then lost the sort of the contact with the group that I was running in for 3rd to 10th place, and so I lost contact there. I was sort of running the 3rd lap for myself before I was able to put in a little sort of surge again on the 4th lap in order to finish off strong. But yeah, 10th place, 41 seconds behind, I think, the winner in the end. And there's also sort of a bigger crash on that final lap, so I heard a lot of bikes going down. So even though I was like 41 seconds behind, I think even some of the guys up front were involved in that crash and then had to put in a surge just to get back up again. I would have been even further behind if the crash didn't happen. So yeah, it is what it is. 41 seconds behind, 10th. Was expecting more. So now it's back again to Europe, to Jersey for 10 days or so before heading to Cagliari. Maybe I will show you a little bit how my training camp is going in Jersey, and then hopefully gonna do some more higher or race pace on the run. I guess it was a good stimuli to do the race today. Like hopefully I'm gonna bounce back and get stronger for Cagliari in 2 weeks. So it was good to get the first race done and dusted, and then yeah, on to the next one. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.